Cool. Mr. Ham, you up now? Mr. Ham, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, what's up, man?
All right. Hey, how's it going, George?
Yeah, I'm going pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, brother. Okay,
Right.
so and God bless the chat, and God bless the panel. All right, so you believe in reincarnation? I want to make sure that I'm hearing you right.
Facts.
Okay, so my first question is, so you believe in the Eastern example of the law of karma, right? The Western
The Western example of what?
of the law of karma.
I don't know that word you're saying.
The law of karma.
Karma.
CHARMA.
Got you. I don't believe that.
You can't have. You do, because you can't have it without. You can't have that without. You can't have reincarnation without karma. That's a fact. So you giving the watered down version? Is that what you're doing?
No, you can show me. I mean, if you want to look up maybe the law of karma and then tell me, and then I'll tell you where I get my position from, because I get
that's what reincarnation means. The law. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you said that's what reincarnation means, right?
The law of karma.
Okay, no problem. I don't believe that the reincarnation means the law of karma, because I remember I was having a debate on this subject, and so when I just Googled reincarnation, it says the rebirth of a soul in a new body,
which is the law of karma.
The rebirth of a soul in a new body. Karma, I believe, people believe that you can get karma now. Like I think that's what people believe.
That doesn't matter.
So karma, it says the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence viewed as deciding their fate in future existence.
There you go. Reincarnation.
Right. Okay, but we don't see. I
was correct.
It says the sum of that's karma. You're right with the word karma, but reincarnation didn't say what karma says. So when I read reincarnation, it just said the. God, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, look, I was great. I'm trying to hurry up through it because I still got to finish up this delivery, and that's gonna let somebody else jump in. Okay, so my transmigration is the Eastern form of reincarnation, Hinduism, and so forth and so on. Now, my question to you, since you believe in reincarnation, is where do the souls come from out of 7 billion people that you're reincarnating to?
The spirits go to the Most High, to the Father of spirits. Christ, like I didn't mean to say Christ. The Most High is the Father of spirits. So you'll read when he says, "All souls are mine." You're familiar with that scripture, right?
Nah, I'm very familiar with it.
Right, that's Ezekiel 18.
But that's 4. Not what I asked you.
You said where do they go? So I'm gonna read a couple of verses.
No, I didn't say where do they go. No. That's not what I said. George, I didn't say that.
Okay, you can.
I said, where do the souls that they reincarnate come from? Out of the 7 billion people on this earth,
they come from the Father of spirits. So I'm gonna read this verse so you can even understand further. This is 2 Samuel 7:12. This is what God said to David. It says, "And when thy days shall be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers." So the Lord said that David would sleep with his fathers. So where are those souls? They sleep until it's time to be born back in this plane. That's what the Lord said.
No, you still not answering. That's not what I asked you.
You said, where do they come from? I answered that by saying they come from the Father.
Where do they get the reincarnation? Okay, so let me explain what my question so you get what I'm saying, okay? So reincarnation says that you die and you come back in another life, okay? So you keep dying and coming back until you get it right. That's what reincarnation, you can't say it's a different thing because that's the status, and I mean, that's the statement, and that is the actual definition of reincarnation. Reincarnation is for you die and come back as something else. Now, a lot of people say they come back as other human beings. They never say they come back as animals. So I'm asking you again, out of these 7 billion souls, where does the soul come from that you're reincarnated in?
The soul comes from the Father. I can't give you any better answer than that. And we don't believe
So you don't really believe in reincarnation. You just saying it.
Reincarnation is a common word. That's probably what's throwing you off. I read the definition of 2 words, reincarnation and karma. Reincarnation just said the rebirth of a soul in a new body. You bringing up karma because you're
exactly.
Okay, so the rebirth of a soul in a new body is what we teach. We teach that when you die, when a child is born, that soul existed before. John is an example of that. John was Elijah. That's what Jesus Christ said. Jesus Christ said John was Elijah. But when they asked John if he was Elijah, he did not know, because he wouldn't know, because the scriptures say there is no remembrance of former things. So if Jesus Christ said John was Elijah, then Jesus Christ believed the same thing I believe, because he said it and he revealed it. And so another thing, when you said that you keep, one other correction I just want to make, you said that because karma says you keep coming back till you get it right. That's not what we say with reincarnation. Reincarnation happens whether you get it right or not. That's the cycle of life. Everything, there's nothing on this planet that does not reincarnate. They have something called the fall. During the fall, you're going to see the leaves fall off the tree. Then in the winter, you're going to see the grass not grow. You're going to see the trees fade, and it's going to die for all intents and purposes. Even animals hibernate. And then they have something called the spring, where all of a sudden this dead tree that did not produce anything is now producing, because even the earth recycles. The air, water recycle. There's not, like, the way the Lord created this planet, even water that comes down recycles. In science, they say the water evaporates, it goes up into the clouds, and when enough of that evaporation fills up the clouds, it comes back down as rain. Even that recycles. That's the way the Lord created this planet. So there's not no new soul. All these are old souls. So in Ecclesiastes, it says that which hath been, let me get the verse. It says that which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man. So you can have a new name, like I can have the name Tazariot, but in the former life, I had a different name. It's not rocket science. What I read was Ecclesiastes 6:10. It says that which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that's mightier than him. If I was to go further, in Ecclesiastes 3:16, it says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. What's under the sun? The earth. And it says that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So under the sun, which is the earth, you see wickedness and righteousness. Verse 17, and I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and every work. So my question to you would be, where is the there that the righteous and wicked are judged that we see? That's my question to you.
White throne judgment. Now, I'm going to move on to my point, because
I didn't hear your answer.
You don't really believe in reincarnation.
I didn't hear your answer.
I said the white throne judgment. I said the white throne judgment. But after the second resurrection.
But the verse we just read in Ecclesiastes,
okay,
he's saying this is before Revelations. He said, I moreover saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. So he's already seeing this. And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. He's already, this is not prophecy. It says, and I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and every work. And then 18 says,
I'll address that later. Mm-hmm. I'll address that later, because that really has nothing to do with my question that I had asked you. You went off on a rabbit trail. So
I didn't go on a rabbit trail. I answered your question. You just didn't like the answer. You want me to be?
No, you did. No. What? Okay, so that's why I stopped interrupting you. Okay, so that's why I stopped, and that's why I apologize for interrupting you. So now, this is what I'm saying to you. I gave you the definition of reincarnation. You were spot wrong on that, both sides. Now, that being said, this is what I'm saying to you. Now, you don't actually believe in reincarnation. You believe in a form. Now, the reason why I said that, reason why I'm saying that to you is this. The actual definition of reincarnation is the law of karma. You don't believe that. Now, for you to bring up Elijah and John and the same thing, John didn't get Elijah's soul. No scripture says that. So that point falls by the wayside. Now, Jeremy, can you get the scripture appointed the time of man to die and then the judgment?
Yeah, give me a second to find
Hebrews 9:27.
Yeah,
I'm driving. That's the only reason why I'm asking him to get it.
No, that's fine. I gave it to him. It's Hebrews 9:27.
Hebrews chapter 9:27 reads, "And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment."
Right. That has no statement around it that says that is reincarnation. That is a fact by scripture. Bible says that. It's appointed time for a man to die, then the judgment. So if you die today, when the resurrection happens, and when the judgment happens, you're going to face judgment. Not being reincarnated, you're going to face judgment. Now, Revelations 20:13-5, Jeremy.
Revelations 20:13-5 reads, Revelations 20, which one is it? I'm sorry.
Revelations 20:13-5.
5 through 13? Yeah. Gotcha.
No. 13-15.
Okay, 13
Sorry,
through 15.
I said it backwards.
Gotcha.
I apologize.
All right. So
Yeah.
it says,
I apologize.
Revelation chapter 20, verses 13-15. "And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire."
Hold it there for a second, Jeremy. Jeremy, hold it there for a second. Now, we just heard the scripture that just read prior to that says it's appointed time for a man to die, then the judgment. It's right here. It says that death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. Am I wrong?
You saying hello? You want me to respond? I didn't want to interrupt you, brother.
All right, Jeremy. 13-15. Can you read that one more time? So it's appointed time for a man to die. We're coming to the point when we're getting to the judgment. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 20, verses 13-15. "And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found..."
Hold right there for a second. Now, this right here, upon time for a man to die and then the judgment. This is showing this. No, I still haven't seen no reincarnation in this, right? Now, my question to you on this point right here was do you go to hell as soon as you die?
You don't die and go to heaven or hell. Can I answer the Hebrews 9:27?
Sure can.
Thank you. Tony, I'm gonna share my screen real fast if you don't mind. Just want to show something. I have a let me see how I'm gonna do this here. Here we go. All right, here we go. If y'all can see, let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see it? It should be a PowerPoint, right? You see that?
Yeah.
So when we're looking at Hebrews 9:27, it says, "It is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment." Following precept below pairs right with it. because nobody said that a man can die more than once. That one soul or that one flesh can only die in that flesh. That flesh can't now die again. That's the point of Hebrews 9 and 27. It's not the subject matter is not even about reincarnation or not reincarnation. It's talking about obeying the Most High when you actually read that. So now the second Esdras 14 and 35 says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So even when they die and they face judgment, they coming back to life to face the judgment. How do they come back to life? When they're born. You face judgment every time you're born. In Exodus 22, God said that he would visit the iniquity of the fathers to the children to the third and fourth generation. Why? Because they were their children. I'm gonna go to the next slide because he tried to make the point about Elijah. Malachi 4 and 5 says, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day. Luke 1 and 17 says, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the disobedient to the wisdom. So now we got the angel telling Zacharias that John is Elijah. Verse 17.
No, he didn't say that.
I didn't interrupt you, dude.
Sorry, I apologize.
No big deal. I did it to you one. No, I take that because I did do it to you said, and you made a point. That's why you noticed I was quiet. So I strike that from the record. You did owe me one. So now, when it says he came in the spirit and power of Elijah, because Malachi 4 said Elijah was coming. So now this is Matthew 17 and 10. And the disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias first must come? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall come first and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer them. Verse 13. And the disciples knew that he spake to them of John the Baptist. This is Matthew 16 and 13. It says, I'm sorry. I'm reading this so you can understand that they had the concept of how we come back. This is Matthew 16 and 13. And when Jesus came to the coast of Caesarea, Philip, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist. Now, because John is dead. Some Elias, others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets, which lets you know they had the concept that the Israelites that you see today was an Israelite of old. Now, of course, Peter recognized that, stated that he was the Son of the living God, and that was the correct answer. So when you say, I'm sorry, this is John 1 and 21. And when they asked him, because now they're asking John, and they asked him, what then, art thou Elias? And he saith, I am not. Art thou that prophet? He answered, no. So now we have a conundrum, because if Mr. Ham or anybody argue with me that John is not Elijah, you're not arguing with me, you're arguing with Christ, because Christ said John was Elijah, even though John said he was not Elijah. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things. So John didn't remember who he was formerly. Christ remembered who John was formerly. That's very simple. I'm just going to stop sharing. And then the last verses that he went to was Revelations 20, I believe, with the lake and hell and the fire. There's Revelations 20 and 12. And I saw dead, small, and great stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in them. Just because we see the word dead, it doesn't mean a literal dead. When that woman was, when somebody was buried and they told Christ, I got to go bury their family member, did not Christ say, let the dead bury the dead? So when Christ said, let the dead bury the dead, once you break down that the dead was the people not following Christ, you're proving that this is not talking about literal death. because when it talks about the book of life, it's talking about the judgment, which I think we'll agree on there as far as the judgment. But the argument here is that you don't die and go to a place called hell, nor do you die and go to a place called heaven. This is about them being judged according to their works, so that they can get their position in the kingdom, which is why I read 2 Timothy 2:20. In every kingdom, there are vessels of gold and silver to honor, and wood and earth to dishonor. So in 14, when it says, "And death and hell was cast into the lake of fire," this is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast in the lake of fire. That's their judgment. That does not mean that they don't live again, but that's their judgment. Because when you, I'll stop there. I don't want to go too long-winded. You got it.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you again, Captain George. You haven't proven anything. You don't believe in reincarnation. I've already proven that you don't, just by the definition of it. Now, you can keep saying it's reincarnation if you want to, and that's fine. You're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe, but you don't believe in reincarnation, and I've already proven that. That's all I got to say on it. You can get all the scriptures you want. Reincarnation is not taught in the Bible. You have no scripture, no verse that says that anybody was reincarnated in the Bible. That's you saying it. So I'm gonna end with talking, because I got to get this delivery done. But I'll chime back in once I'm done with this.
No problem. Hey, good conversation.
But it's nice talk. It's nice talking to you, brother.
A good conversation. But Mr. Ham didn't respond to no scriptures I said. He didn't respond to Elijah and Christ. He didn't respond when John said he wasn't Elijah, but Jesus said he was Elijah. He can't say I didn't respond to his scriptures. I responded to every scripture he gave, but he did not respond to no scripture that I gave. He keeps saying that I have my own
Actually,
definition.
that's not true.
The reason why we use the word reincarnation is because that's just a common word that people know today. It's almost like saying demon. The word demon is not in the Bible at all. The word demon don't exist. You'll see unclean spirit or something like that. But the word demon does not exist.
Yeah, real quick, Captain, so I can go ahead and get going. I did respond to it. You said, did not. And so you wasn't being honest about that. I did.
You did not.
I said that John, no, I did. I said that John was not Elijah. Elijah was not John. So I did respond to your scripture. So that's not true.
No, you did not. I clearly pulled the scripture. I said, Jesus said John was Elijah. John's saying he's not Elijah. So if you disagree and say that John was not Elijah, you disagree with Jesus Christ. Facts.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with you. But okay.
So you don't disagree with me. You disagree with Jesus. Jesus said, listen, you want me to read it again? Jesus said John was Elijah. John said he was not Elijah. So you side with John, which is typical because you're probably doing water baptism and all that type of nonsense. So you are definitely a John the Baptist Christian. I'm gonna make a clip out of you. You see him, my gosh? I'm gonna make a clip out of this cat. I'd rather agree with Jesus Christ. Listen, you know how they say his mama named him Clay? I'm gonna call him Clay. Jesus called him Elijah. Jesus say he Elijah. I'm gonna say he Elijah.